I'm Tracy Grimshaw. Welcome to A Current Affair. And if you've spotted the obvious difference, I'm on assignment tonight on the Gold Coast and we'll give you the results of that in the coming days. First tonight, McDonald's were the champions of supersizing, but one passionate customer reckons their burgers are getting smaller, and he says he has the evidence to prove it. Nick Coe volunteered to look into it.
I'm going to ask a simple question. Is the Big Mac as big as it used to be? If not, why not?
He's the Aussie burger lover with a big beef.
I will use some personal archive video of a Big Mac and compare it to today's Big Mac.
For 24 years, he's been keeping an eye on the world's biggest selling burger and is now staking his claim online.
One thing they said to me, it was pointless doing a comparison of a product over a 20-year period because the market has changed so much. Well, I'm not quite sure about that.
Leo's buns are in a knot over what he says is the shrinking size of the Big Mac.
And here is a Big Mac. First impressions, I can see a huge difference in size.
Looks like Leo's mullet's not the only thing that's been shaved since the 80s.
Now, I've just gone into the store and purchased a bottom bun all by itself. It's been toasted, so it's just as it is on a Big Mac. I'm going to take this home and try and marry up the frame from 20 years ago of me holding the bottom bun and see if there's any difference in size.
Leo has found shrinkage and a lot of supporters.
It's tiny.
Not big enough anymore?
No way. You'd need like at least two.
Used to be a lot more filling, but they aren't as much anymore.
Cultural icons, maybe.
Lettuce, pickles.
But has the Mac fallen victim to cost cutting?
And anyone who does make any changes and isn't transparent about it needs to be very careful, because there's people out there with microscopes and rulers and measurements. They'll catch up with you.
Like Leo.
My measuring datum in the size comparison is a box of matches. The boxes are exactly the same size. 54 millimetres or just over 2 inches. This is an important figure to remember. Look at the relationship between the Big Mac and the box of matches. We know the length of a box of matches. This will give us some idea of the size of the Big Mac. By transposing the datum length to the top bun, we start to see a measurement. Being kind to McDonald's, let's say 2 matchboxes in diameter.
But that was then, and this is now.
Okay, let's throw a ruler over our bottom bun, nearly 90 millimetres or 3.5 inches in diameter. And here's our 2 matchboxes as our datum measurement. Now here's a 1986 to today transition. Look carefully at my body alignment and distance between my eyes. This was a very tricky shot to line up, and it was impossible to match the bun size to be the same.
We have nothing to hide.
Jackie MacArthur of McDonald's says Leo's more spin than substance.
I think it's really difficult to compare footage from so long ago, from such a distance away, of a squashed product in a very old-looking McDonald's container to what is actually happening today.
Leo's not the only one blowing up about the issue of fast food sizes.
And part of the problem is that they're very clever at manipulating the size of containers or the appearance of a bun.
Christopher Zinn from Choice says prices are going up all over the place, while portion sizes are doing exactly the opposite.
Why are you charging us the same or even more for actually less?
He's got a point. Cereals have shrunk, bottles aren't as big. Even the humble paddle poppers had a haircut. But some would actually prefer it that way.
Not messy and falling over the place.
Nah, it's beautiful. It's the way to make it. It's beautiful.
Nothing wrong with the smaller buns?
No, it's beautiful. Perfect.
Do you think it matters?
That's just so people don't know if the price is the same.
Leo thinks it matters a lot.
I'm going to put together my version of a Big Mac with the assistance of the information on this sticker that I collected when I was a kid. 2 all beef patty special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. Okay, introducing the Big Leo. And here is a Big Mac. First impressions, I can see a huge difference in size.
McDonald's concedes their McChicken and Quarter Pounders have reduced their bun size to meet international standards, but not the Big Mac.
We have not reduced the size of our Big Mac, and that's the fundamental fact. But, you know, it's so hard to compare old footage. And I would love to sit down with Leo and go through what the facts really are.
Which he just might. After all, it's hungry work, but Leo's always up for a challenge.
I've been measuring up this burger for about 5 minutes and it's starting to get cold and looking very sad, so I think I'd better eat this one and give it the life it deserved.